What is up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about 3 books that changed my life forever. And so the first book that we're going to talk about is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this book was just so amazing. It teaches you principles that gives you a roadmap of how you should basically approach your life, and the principles and ideas that are laid out in this book are really going to give you long-term success, instead of the short-term, fleeting success that a lot of us are chasing after. And today's world, it teaches us to live in ways that aren't necessarily healthy or meaningful, and the media encourages us to adopt a mentality of get it now and pay later. And of course, in today's credit card society, it's easy to pay now, get it now and pay later. But, the demands of interest, is relentless. And even when you work hard, sometimes that is not enough. And, we're taught to consume, spend, and have fun. And while these things are all very important, it's also more important to produce and do things that are focused on the long term instead of the short term. And these long term things are often uncomfortable to do and to implement. And so the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People teaches about principles. These principles are, courage, growth, excellence, etc. And Covey is able to effectively and creatively convey his ideas to the reader using methods like stories, allusions, and illustrations. And his ideas will give you another perspective to approach life from. And the second book that really changed my life was The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. So, are you debt-ridden and desperately waiting for that next paycheck? And are you unable to control your spending? Are you tired of seeing those "How I Became a Millionaire" by 20 years old ads? Well, this is the book for you. Dave Ramsey will, open quote, transform your sad and skinny little bank account into a bulked up cash machine, close quote. Dave Ramsey gets to the root of problems, and he doesn't hold back, and he's really going to dig at you. So this book will not be an easy read for a lot of people, but if you're able to get this book and you can finish it and you can really, take some of the ideas to heart, you're really going to manage your personal finances 100 times better than you can right now. So, some of the ideas in the book are not maybe applicable to everyone or everywhere. For example, the investment strategies, because the book tells you to invest into the American stock market, the S&P 500, and currently it's like it's like going down, and there's some stuff circulating around it. So you might just want to take some the ideas with a grain of salt, some of the ideas. Yeah. But the fundamental ideas and the principles are really going to change the way you look at money and how you get on track to building wealth. Some of the ideas are, just being frugal and living below your means, stuff like that. But yeah, the book gets into detail, and I highly encourage you to get a copy for yourself. The third book that really influenced me was The Courage to be Disliked by Ichido Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. Okay, I probably totally butchered that, but the pronunciation, but I tried. So this book is about the dialogue between a youth and a philosopher. So basically, the book opens up with a youth that is struggling with lots of issues, such as his bad relationship with his parents, being excessively self-conscious, having strong feelings of inferiority, thinking he's not good, thinking he wants to be someone else. If he was born as someone else, his life would be so much better. A cynical view of the world, etc. So basically, this youth's life was kind of a mess. And he heard that there was a philosopher that lives on the outskirts of the city in some mountain, and basically this philosopher has changed many people's lives. And so he climbs up this mountain to go find the philosopher. And at first the youth is skeptical of this philosopher. I mean who wouldn't be skeptical? Just some random dude in the mountains, and you just hear stories about this guy who's awakening people, so to speak. So anyways, but slowly the youth is convinced, and he musters the courage to change, after learning from the philosopher. And basically the book is based on the ideas of Alfred Adler. He's considered the third giant alongside Freud. The other two more well-known psychologists, Freud and Jung. And basically the book endorses Adler's ideas and compares Adler's ideas to Freud and Jung's ideas. And basically Adler's ideas are based on the notion that humans can change, they can take control of their own fate, they can decide what they want, and they can go for it, and they can change to get what they want. As opposed to Freud and Jung's ideas of determinism, where basically, if you grow up in a bad environment, well, you're basically going to have a bad life and you can do nothing about it, which is not very helpful. So this book goes into detail about Adler's ideas and talks about how determinism can have a bad effect on your life. Anyways, this book is definitely worth reading. It is The Courage to Be Disliked. And that's the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content.